Hi! Today me and Archer are here with Olive and Amanda, and we're going to make healthy pancakes. Oh. So I'll let Amanda tell us all about what we're going to make today.
All right. So growing up, my family would always just make pancakes with Bisquick, which after I became a dietitian, I found out is not necessarily the healthiest thing to be cooking with because it's loaded with trans fat. So I spent the last year trying to perfect a pancake recipe that's healthy but also tasty. And pancakes also happen to be Olive's favorite food, so she asks for them a lot. And she also loves to help. As you can tell, one of her favorite things is scooping the flour. Do you want to use the cup? We just need 1 cup of flour to start out with. Oh, okay, we're gonna stir. So I sometimes just let her make her own pancakes, and then in a separate bowl, I'll make my own pancakes. So you start out with a cup of flour. I use whole wheat flour from Trader Joe's. It's like a white wheat flour, but it still has all the fiber and B vitamins that regular whole wheat flour has. But this you don't have to cut with white flour to make it palatable. Sometimes if you cook with whole wheat flour and you just replace all the flour in a recipe with whole wheat, then it kind of tastes cardboardy, which no one wants to eat cardboard. So as you can see here, I put 1 cup of flour in, and then to that I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar, and then I also am going to add half a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to add that in, and then I'm going to have my assistant stir. Olive, can you stir this for me? Here, can we put this to the side and then you can stir Mommy's pancakes, or do you want to just keep stirring your pancakes? Whoa, we don't need more flour. Here, why don't you just keep stirring your pancakes? Why don't you keep playing with that flour and I will stir my pancakes. So I'll give that a good stir. While we're doing that, I'm going to preheat my griddle. I'm going to preheat it to 350, which is a medium-high heat. I found that using an electric griddle is much better with pancakes than on the stovetop with a gas griddle. For some reason, it just turns out better for me. Let me know what you think if you find a trick or a good way to do it otherwise. So we have all of our dry ingredients there. Next, we're going to measure our wet ingredients. So that's buttermilk. I do 1 cup of buttermilk. And make sure it's to the line. The most accurate measurement is to be eye level with it and make sure that it's at the line. So I'm going to put that aside, and then I'm going to let my assistant, who's still busy with the flour, pick out the eggs. Olive, do you want to pick out what eggs we're going to use?
Eggs.
You like eggs, huh? Okay. Thank you. And we need 1 more. Can you pick out 1 more egg?
No.
Okay, good choice. Then we're going to crack these, put them aside. Maybe when she gets a little bit older, this will be a good task for her. She's still a little too young to do much else, aside from stir and maybe measure some flour.
More eggs.
More eggs? I don't think this needs more eggs. It only needs 2 eggs. Okay. Let's stir this up. I crack the eggs into a separate container, and I'm going to kind of mix them all first. When you're baking, it's always good to crack your eggs in a separate container just to make sure that you don't get any shells or they're not red. Do you want more egg?
I do.
You do want more egg. Okay. Why don't you hold this? You can pick out 1 more egg.
Okay.
That's for your pancake, huh? Okay. Just hold the egg. I bet she's probably going to try and crack it. Okay, and then to this, we're also going to add about a tablespoon of oil. So I know it might seem like a lot, but compared to some other recipes, it calls for a lot of oil. And like I said, Bisquick is full of trans fat, so it does need a little bit of a fat. I know some waffle recipes call for like a half a cup of oil. So I feel comfortable with this amount of oil. So you mix all that together, and then you pour in the wet to the dry ingredients, and you mix that really good. Okay, now we're moving on to one of Olive's favorite parts. This is of cooking that you definitely have to be careful with little fingers and that they don't get burned, right, Olive? It's owie, hot, hot, huh? Hot, hot. Okay, so we're gonna take our tablespoon. Okay, we're gonna take our tablespoon and just put a blop at a time. Just so you can see, a blop at a time onto the griddle. Are these done, Olive? All done. They look all done. So I feel like pancakes often get a bad rap because of the syrup that gets put on them. Syrup really is the least healthy part of a pancake, especially when you're using whole wheat flour.
Pancakes.
Oh, hold on. We gotta wait. They gotta cool. So to finish off our pancakes, I found the Trader Joe's organic maple agave syrup blend. Ultimately, you're still just putting sugar on a pancake, but it's less calories and less sugar, grams of sugar per fourth cup, which is only this much, as opposed to regular maple syrup. So regular maple syrup per fourth cup has 210 calories and 53 grams of sugar, whereas this agave blend has 170 calories and only 42 grams of sugar, which 42 grams of sugar is a lot, but it's less compared to others. So what I usually do, since I do like sugar, I mean, who doesn't? I try and use just a little bit of the agave blend, and then I'll use fruit to top it. So that way I'm still satisfied. I get a little bit of a sugar fix, but not too much. So what I encourage everyone to do to see how much a fourth a cup of syrup really is measure it out, okay? And see how much you're actually getting, because you might be surprised. So I have my fourth a cup of syrup here. Okay, and just a drizzle. So I only used about a third of my maple syrup. So that's pretty good. So I only used a third of a serving, and that is a lot of syrup if you ask me. So then, are you ready to eat your pancakes?
I do pancakes.
You do pancakes. All right, do you want to put some fruit on your pancakes?
I do pancakes.
Okay, do you want to put berries or do you want to put bananas? Bananas, okay, good choice.
Olive, are you enjoying your pancake?
Yeah.
Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.